Good morning. That's right. 114 injured, one person dead, and that person actually wasn't killed by the impact of this train that was barreling out of control in terms of speed into the terminus here. Instead, that person was actually killed by falling debris because when the train came into the station at full tilt, according to eyewitnesses, it took out a support beam to the roof and part of the roof collapsed. So that was a whole thing that they're still dealing with that this morning as rush hour gets underway.
It was a packed train, as you said, because it was the middle of rush hour. Do we have any idea as to why the train was going so fast, so close to the station?
We don't. And NTSB is on the scene. They have recovered a data recorder from the locomotive itself. The engineer is alive after sustaining some critical injuries yesterday, but he was finally released. The NTSB says they're still waiting to really debrief him fully. So that's what they'll be looking at, the possibility of human error. They'll also take a look at maintenance records, see if there's anything technical that was a problem. And then they'll also take a look at, anything possible that could have been purposeful. They don't think that's part of it, but they really haven't ruled anything out yet. They say it's actually been difficult to access parts of the train because of that canopy that fell on it yesterday, along with it's begun raining here. There's possible asbestos involved when you're talking about roofs collapsing. I mean, it really is sort of a nasty scene here.
I guess they've ruled out terrorism of any kind.
I mean, they haven't ruled anything out, really, because they still say they don't know what caused the crash. So if it turns out there was something purposeful involved, I suppose you could point to that. But right now, they really are just treating it like a horrible accident. And I think that's what most people expect to sort of hear. But we really don't know yet.
Is the train station closed? Is it still working this morning in some way?
Well, here's the thing. The train station actually has a couple different train services running through it. On the upper level is New Jersey Transit. That connects most of New Jersey to the New York metropolitan area. That is closed because that's where this train basically took out a wall, took out part of the ceiling. I mean, it's really a mess. Underground, there's the PATH train, the Port Authority Trans-Hudson line. That actually connects this city of Hoboken to Manhattan, just across the river. That is open. They've opened up more bus lines. They even have ferries that are running en masse between the two cities as people try to get to work. This is really a choke point for a lot of New Jersey.
It's really amazing that there's no additional loss of life. Have they looked into the engineer? I mean, his background, is there anything that stands out?
I wish I had more to tell you about the engineer. The fact is we don't know a ton about him. He was released to the hospital last night. He's a sort of career engineer with New Jersey Transit. Other than that, I think because federal authorities have not been able to talk to him very much, we certainly don't know much about yesterday beyond the fact that the train was running slightly late coming into Hoboken Terminal. But about him and his biography, no, we don't have a lot of details.
It's a good thing Chris Christie didn't decide to close the bridges to New York today. That would cause a real problem.
Well, this governor has had his issues with transit issues, of course, as we know, some would say of his own making, so he certainly wasn't happy to hear about this. He came here yesterday and was one of the first to give a briefing. He toured the site along with Governor Andrew Cuomo from New York, because if a lot of these residents were Chris Christie's residents, a lot of them were you could say, workers under Andrew Cuomo's state, New York. A lot of cross-state traffic here.
Brad Melke, ABC News in Hoboken, dealing with that train crash. Brad, thanks for checking in. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
6:55, Big 550, KTR.